So I'm here with Matteo Perondi, Chief Procurement Officer at Bulgari. Matteo, first and foremost, why don't you give us a brief introduction to yourself, your role and responsibilities, and I guess tell us what you and the team are focused on at the moment.
Okay, thank you. I joined Bulgari less than 2 years ago as Chief Procurement Officer, and I'm based in Rome, and I'm overseeing all the spend for the group. We are exactly in the middle of a big transformation because we're trying to reposition procurement in a different way. When I joined the company, procurement was still mainly like an operational team, mainly focused on cost controlling and basic operational activities. And now we're trying to reposition procurement, the procurement organization, the platform, everything that we do in a more strategic to bring more value for the business.
Fantastic. So that shift to a more strategic procurement function. Why don't you tell us more about how you've actually delivered that? Maybe some of the key areas of focus and I guess where you're heading to with that main objective.
Like main transformation, we started from the basis, from the foundation. We start to elevate the team. First of all, be sure that the team can think in a more strategic way, and so we start to coach them, to train them, but also give them the tools and the assets to do it. So we create special solutions and spend visibility solution to help them really to understand what they were doing, and we try to create the role of a partner with the business. After the team, let's say, was ready, we start to implement different type of processes, and always having in mind that we have a mission that is a vision and mission that is bring value for the business for the next couple of years.
Sure. Okay. And what about delivering procurement, I guess, at a luxury brand like Bulgari? How is that different from, say, other industries or other sectors?
It's very different because I've been working in many different sectors, and there were very similarities in other sectors. In this sector, everything is focused a lot about excellence and creativity. Everything should be really perfect.
Okay.
And for this reason, there is always the trade-off between being agile and bring results, and at the same time achieve the excellence with supplier for the final customers.
Okay.
And so our role is really to be in the middle and be sure that there is a good balance between speed and perfection.
Interesting. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. And you talk about creatively transforming procurement. I know that's a kind of thing for you. Could you explain what that means and I mean what that looks like on a practical level?
In a practical level, well, it means being creative, means at the same time be curious. So we try really to find alternative solution that it can be in the processes, in the relationship with suppliers, in what we are looking from suppliers. So we try to challenge the suppliers in a different way compared to the past and try to push them to deliver even more. I think that the real key words is curiosity.
Right,
if you're curious, you can be more creative. And nowadays you can use also tools that can help. You can use Gen AI, you can do hackathon with your suppliers, you can do many things with your suppliers to try to foster this creativity.
That's really interesting. I guess it's about giving people the freedom to think and kind of drive that transformation. Is that fair?
It's true, and also, I mean, to have the freedom to think, you need to have the time to think. So again, solution, Gen AI, and other platform can give you the time back to be more focused on strategic and critical thinking.
Okay, great. So on AI, you talked about AI yesterday in your panel. Particularly around the importance of embracing AI and let's say other innovations. Maybe you could tell me about how you're using it at Bulgari and where you're seeing the most benefits?
Yeah, well, like many other procurement organizations, you can use AI to have some free time back to do other high level or high value activities, of course.
Yes.
We are trying to use AI also as a change management tool.
Right.
We're trying to we are trying to push the team to embrace the technology, like to embrace any other change situation that it can be in the market. So the idea is that, okay, you start to embrace today AI, but maybe in a couple of years you need to embrace another technology. What is important is the mindset to be able to accept a new technology and start to use it.
Interesting.
Because everything can really change in a matter of years nowadays.
Of course, and I guess if we're talking about technology, let's talk about your partnership with Ivalua. I mean, what does that relationship look like? How have they kind of helped you on that transformation? And maybe you can give some examples of key benefits or where you've really gained from that kind of collaboration.
The partnership with Ivalua has been changed a lot since when I joined. Ivalua was already selected when I joined the company.
Okay.
But again, it was positioned more like operation. I think it was it was sold mainly to finance more than procurement or to business. And what we try to do is really to change this positioning, and Ivalua help us a lot with their partner, with the sales team, with their expert. We really try to work in this way, and now we're going much faster. We spent at the beginning even the implementation was very long. Now it's a matter of months. So we're much faster in all the implementation around the globe.
Okay.
And it changed a lot. I would say that I think yesterday the CEO of Ivalua mentioned that it's not just about the tool, it's also the culture of the company organization. Yeah. And we are very aligned in many of the values that they have.
That's right. I was thinking that this kind of people-centric focus, it sounds like you're well aligned, I guess, for that relationship.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, for us, customer, like many companies or many organizations, customer is in the center. For us, is really customer is the king, or is the emperor, if I would say. But and for Ivalua is the same. So yeah, we are very aligned on these values.
Okay, and what about moving forwards? I mean, I guess, are there plans for carrying on the relationship with Ivalua, and more broadly, what are you kind of next plans for
the
Bulgari?
idea is to carry on the relationship also because we really appreciate the roadmap that it was shown. So we really understand and value the investment that they are doing, the roadmap, the mission that I have. So we think that we are really waiting for the new version to come next year, and we really I want to be one of the first
great
clients to implement it because we see the value in that.
Really exciting. I mean, I guess just a final couple of questions. Looking at the events, how important do you think it is to kind of bring procurement professionals and industry leaders together at events like this? I mean, there's a lot facing procurement at the moment. Do you think it's good to come together like this?
It is, for sure it is. Nowadays, maybe there start even to be too many, but it's important that not all of them have the same scope. So in some of them are very high level, defining really the strategy of procurement and where procurement should be in a couple of years. Other are more operational. I think this is a good mix of the two because you can talk about strategic topics, but others are very practical and operational. So everyone can really understand and try to apply them in their specific organization. So I think it's a good mix.
Excellent. And finally, highlights for you? Anything particular that stands out or resonates with, I guess, your journey and where you're heading?
Well, actually, US is a market where we're investing a lot. It's a very interesting market for us. So knowing that Ivalua is growing a lot and start to have many partners in this area, in this country, is also important for us.
Excellent. Sounds like an exciting few years ahead, Matteo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you.
Thank you very much.